Okay, welcome to episode 4. This is going to be imports and user inputs. So if you ever wanted to wonder how to take, or if you ever wondered how to take an input specifically from someone's keyboard or from the user, if you wanted to give them an option to put their name, this would be how you would do it. So to take the input from a user's keyboard, you need a specific method, right? And a class, for example, a class with specific methods. And though you don't understand these just yet, what they are more or less is a class is like a box of cookie cutters, right? And each cookie cutter is a method, and a cookie cutter, a method acts like a cookie cutter because it takes in information like cookie dough, right? This raw information. It's not exactly sorted or molded in any way, shape, or form. And like a cookie cutter would cut out a specific shape, a method takes that information in and it spits out something important. And these methods are really complicated, so I can't exactly show you the code, but they do what they need to do, and I will show you. But first, we need to deal with the import. So, the import command is import, quite simply. And in this specific case, it'll be java.util.scanner, right? And then you put I think that's it. So what you're basically doing when you're importing something is Eclipse doesn't, or Java in any case, doesn't want to include every single method ever created every time you run a program. That would slow your stuff down too much, right? There's no point. So for more general methods, stuff you don't necessarily use all the time, like for, while, things like scanner, they leave them for you to optionally take in. You could use the import, right, to use this method or use this class and its methods and call it and bring it into your program for your use, or you could just leave it out and it would save you space and time. So now that we've got the import done, we've got the class scanner basically within the reaches of our program now, but we need to make an object for it. So we need to make an object that's used by the class. And the way you do that is you say scanner, and we'll call it KBReader because it's going to be reading your keyboard. Scanner KBReader equals new scanner system dot in. And I know this doesn't make sense, but I'm telling you this now for the sake of sort of making this fun. You know, I mean, no one wants to spend 4 months learning programming only then to learn how to take a user input. No, you want to learn it quickly. So this is how you do it. This doesn't make sense, but basically what you're saying, this doesn't make sense to you now, but I'm going to try to explain it, and I'll teach you the entirety of what it is later. What it basically is saying now is this is the class scanner. We'll make an object we'll call KBReader, and through that we'll access all the methods of class scanner. But because we're accessing it from the outside, we need to make an object to reference the methods with. Is equal to new scanner, and each object is like an individual instance of the class. They have their own values and specific data that another object of the same class might not have. And though they can access the same methods to do the same things, they might be doing them to different values. Is equal to new scanner. Now this scanner isn't the same as this scanner, ironically. This scanner is the name of the constructor method, which is basically this type of class. There's multiple different types of classes. This is called a template class. Instead of a main method that you actually run, it has a constructor that sets up an object for you. And system.in, I don't even know what it does. But it's basically the type of data that the constructor takes in. So now that we've got KBReader here, we have to print something out. So let's print out. We'll print out. It's weird. It wasn't wanting to do the thing. Please enter your name. A little colon and a space. Now that it has a prompt, a print statement to sort of read off of, now we can say string name is equal to KBReader dot, and now we call the method dot next line. So, what you're doing here is effectively you're using this object And then next line is a method that exists within the scanner class, but remember we have to call these methods within the reference to an object, so we say kbreader.nextLine. And these parentheses would normally be where parameters go, sort of like system.in. It's the cookie dough that cookie cutters need to take in to form into their data, but some methods don't, right? Some methods don't need cookie dough per se, right? They can just make specific cookies on their own, and that's what this does. So if we print out name, it will give me whatever I put in. So let's enter my name, right? I am Connor. It's going to print out Connor. If I say system.out.println hi, and then plus my name, it's going to say, please enter your name. I'll enter it again. Connor. Hi. Well, I need to put a space here. Hi, space, Connor. There you go. Now you got your own program to talk to you. It's good. So, what can this be used for? Well, like I said earlier, we need, or in the last video, I mean, we can make specific methods, specific loops that are designed to run infinitely. Even though that's technically an error, we can make it that way because in the event we grab a user input, we can use that to exit the loop. So, let's get rid of this here. And we'll create an infinite loop while true. And then we will print out. Let's print out a menu here before the while loop, because it's kind of annoying if a menu gets printed every single time. So we'll do option 1, hello name, right? Option 2, we'll print out your birthday to your age, right? We'll do some magic like that, and then sys out, and then we'll do 3 is exit. So while true, and then we'll say, we'll add one more, and then we'll say enter your choice. So your choice here would be taken in through, we'll have it be an integer, int I is equal to kbreader.nextInt. Right, so line is for strings, int is for integers, and next double here is for doubles, and now it obviously wouldn't work because we're setting an integer here. Remember to capitalize the I, even though technically you're not supposed to usually. That's why it isn't capitalized here. So we take in the next int. And so that is going to set I equal to our choice, 1, 2, or 3. So let's make an if statement. If I is equal to 1, and then we'll do, for now, else if I is equal to 2. And then we'll do another else if I is equal to 3. And then we'll do else to finish it off. You don't always have to include else. It's not required. But for the sake of continuity, it's good to sort of like test your program in every possible scenario. But the important part right here is if I is equal to 3, we break out of the program. Or we break out of this loop specifically. So if I is equal to 3, we run break, and it'll end this loop. And so that's the way of making our loop technically not infinite. And so we can do this. Enter your choice. Let's say I do 1, enter your choice 2. But if I enter my choice and say 3, the program ends. It's quite simple. So let's have it ask for our name in the name thing here. We'll do enter your name. Now let's say string s. That's the next line. String s is equal to kbreader.nextLine. And then we'll print out hello, comma, space, plus name. Oh, sorry, S. We called it S this time around. It's important to remember your variable names. It's your choice if you want to name them something long and more specific, or short but harder to remember. So we'll try this here. Enter my choice 1. Aha, see? The important thing to watch out for is whenever you switch between next int and next line, or next double and next line, you'll basically have to clear it out first. So we do kbreader.nextLine. Don't ask me why it happens. It just does. Think of it like you're giving too many instructions to a robot. It's just flowing and it misses some. So enter your choice 1, enter your name, Connor. Hello, Connor, enter your choice 2, doesn't do anything just yet, and then 3, it breaks. Cool. And don't take break as a bad thing, it does it intentionally. Let's do number 2. We'll take your birthday and we'll give you your age from it. So we'll say, we'll take your birth year, not your birthday, because I don't know the exact import for a up-to-date calendar. So system.out.println, enter the year in which you were born. In we already have year, we'll call it, is equal to kbreader.nextInt. We don't have to clear it out, I don't think, but we'll see. And then we'll say system.out.println your age is space, do plus 2020 minus year. And so that effectively gives you the difference in the years. Let's try it out here. Enter your choice 2. Enter the year in which you were born. I was born in 2003. My age, 17. Correct. This only works if you have already had your birthday this year. But if you haven't, then you'll need to specify more. But for the sake of simplicity, we're just going to go with this one. Enter your choice 3, exit. Cool. What about the else? What should we do here? Well, how about we just give them a little reminder, system.out.println. Please enter something between 1 and 3 inclusive, to remind them that they could choose either 1 or 3 as well. So 1, 2, or 3. I don't know exactly who's going to have trouble following the orders. Choose a number 1, 2, or 3. But, you know, if some people want to choose 4, then please enter something between 1 and 3 inclusive. 2. The year in which you were born. Let's say I was born 2003, but my birthday is in December. I would still technically, or in late December, I would still technically be 16, but your age of 17 is close enough. Enter your choice 3, and cool. And so that's a basic introduction to using the scanner method, or the scanner class, to create an object to call its methods to take the user's keyboard input and use it in a program. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. And yeah, I'll see you later.